Okay. Okay, let me start. Good evening, all. Welcome to the 256th chapter meeting of Barnet Toastmasters Club. Our club provides supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. So before I explain the rule, let me let me tell few things about the today's theme. Today's theme is team. So when I'm thinking about the team, three things come in my mind. First is a goal. Second is the execution, in which team team members are uh, perform the task with lot of synergy. And yes, definitely there are few members who are not playing their role, and they are expecting a silver platter. But most of the members work with lot of energy in the team. And third thing is the result, which is also very important. So they work a team works on particular goal for success and their failure. I have one example. So, for what is a successful team? So, when you are thinking about successful team, let me give you one example of our IPL, in which there are two teams: Royal Challenger Bangalore and Mumbai Indians. So we know that in Royal Challenger Bangalore there are star players like Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, but still in last 13 years they were not able to win even a single trophy. But at the other end, the team Mumbai Indians, they have players. They have executed their plan with lot of energy in their final, and they have won five trophies. So it's the best example of how team should work. Uh, Let me explain the rule of Sergeant at Arms. Please mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Also rename yourself by prefixing with your meeting role, or with Toastmaster, or with the guest if you are not a Toastmaster. Please put your mobile phones on silent mode to avoid any distractions when you get a chance to speak. Be cognizant of body movement, multitasking, and background. Use the chat box for any questions or comments. For feedback, send it to one message only to the speaker. Please clap or use clap emoticon whenever you control whenever control is transferred. When you begin speaking, the correct protocol is that you have to greet the following manner. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. Now, welcome our happiness coach and presiding officer of the club, Toastmaster Radha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devesh, for such a warm and beautiful, easy opening to our today's meeting, which was very well weaved into our current situations in relation with the IPL matches that's going on. Now, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Welcome to our 256th meeting of Bane Toastmaster Club. Before I begin and proceed with the meeting in detail, I'd like to request our guests. I can see guest Kishori Jha to unmute herself and introduce maybe just your name and how did you hear about us and what do you expect from today's meeting. Just in 10 seconds, Kishori.
Hello, this is Kishori Jha. I I currently work in Cummins in Pune, but I'm not in Pune right now. So I got to know about Toastmaster Master because in some meeting. So here I go. I will get chance to speak, and I will work on my communication skills better. So I got to learn about Toastmaster from my husband. Then you should join that because I lack confidence sometimes in my meetings. So I searched for various Toastmasters, and then since I live in Baner, so I choose nearby Toastmasters office.
Cool. That's great. Good to know. It's in a very close proximity, and I welcome you. I hope you enjoy the meeting and take all the benefits and all the information that you're looking forward to. Thank you so much, guest Kishori.
Yes.
Just to inform you a bit, the importance of Toastmaster, it's a self-paced program which is internationally acclaimed, and it has about 364,000 members that exist in 145 countries, and it has 16,200 plus clubs all across the world. I would encourage all of you to build your own communication development, own communication styles and leadership style by setting up your own personal goals and work towards your own goals. Toastmaster Journey allows each and every individual to improve their public speaking, their leadership skills, and maximizing their potential personal growth, networking opportunities by practicing speech writing and presenting them, which leads to self confidence and self awareness. If you would like to know more in detail about Bane Toastmaster Club, you can leave your number in the chat box and we will ask our VP membership to get in touch with you and give you the details that you require. Okay, so about today's theme, we all need to work alongside. We know that. Whether we work here within the four walls of our family, here in at home, or outside space, in industry, company, small, big, medium, doesn't really matter. At whichever level in your career you are, you will be working alongside other team members and doing it in a very empathetic way, efficient way, and in a responsible manner. It is going to help us accomplish our career goals and the goals and the personal goals that we have in our life, which will reflect quite positively in our resumes that we keep building over and over again. It can also help building a rapport with other team members. It's a great way to understand each other's synergy and how we all can work together. I'd like to give you a very simple example of how efficient a teamwork can be from my family. A family itself is a beautiful example of how a team can work together, where each and every individuals are so distinguished. They operate from their own personal style, they operate from their own capacity and their own capabilities, but they all depend and connect with each other based on what kind of a soft skills that they have and the soft skills that they develop over a period of time, where communication is a key. How openly, how much you talk to each other, how comfortable you are, and how open you are with each other. Responsibility, how responsible you are for your own assigned piece of work, and honesty and transparency, where one person is managing finance, other person is managing home front, other person is managing the other stuff. So transparency and honesty is another key skill that's required building a good teamwork. Listening is a very essential part of a team building. You've got to give yourself 100% when you're listening to other people to be able to empathize with other person, and empathy then plays a vital role in building that team, right? Awareness, being aware of what's happening around you, about your emotions, about your connections and everything. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. And when you have these differences within the family members, be it with your spouse, be it with your siblings, be it with your parents, how do you handle them? You treat these members as if they're outside the team. You don't treat them as if they're part of your team. Family is a team. If you're fighting against each other or arguing with each other, doesn't matter which one wins or who loses. If anyone's defeat is going to be your defeat as well, you are not going to win that argument because the other person is part of your team. I hope you get the message that I wanted to give it to you. I am looking forward to this beautiful theme that has been generated by Toastmaster Shubham, and take us more into the details of how we can build a more efficient team around the places that we work. Toastmaster Shubham, dedicated Toastmaster. Over to you.
So good evening, everyone, presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Welcome to another exciting program of fun and learning at 256th chapter meeting of Bane Toastmaster Club. And I am Toastmaster Shubham, your host for the evening. So let me explain you my theme with help of one PPT. So let I share my screen. Santosh, can you please give me permission to share screen? Yes, okay, I got it.
Permission.
So in recent days, when anyone is here, word team. So first thing that come in everyone's mind was, and this is that icon that was Microsoft Teams that we use for our everyday purpose of our office or any kind of college meetings or any kind of thing. And the second thing that come in our mind was the IPL teams. And we are thinking of what is the theme. Are they talk about Microsoft Teams or the IPL teams? They are fighting together to win the IPL trophy. But this is not the our topic, and our topic is more about how we can develop a team and how a team differ from the team they win. So let start with one point and what we think when we heard a word team. So when we see any kind of event where some team is winning, so one line in our mind that was what a team it is. And at the time, some images come in our mind was our World Cup winning team of 1983 and 2011. And when we when we seeing the movies, at that time we are thinking the team that we are seeing in Fast and Furious and the movie The Team, the task force kind of team. They are coming together to perform a task. And the third one is when we seeing our national missions like Mission Mangal. So team, they are works to achieve the target. So this is the team that we are talk about today. So after after this, we are thinking how to make a team and what are the factors that make a team an historical team that creates history and achieve targets. So there are some common factors that come in our mind are that team have some dynamic captains like Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Kapil Dev, or they have program director like Mr. Annadurai of Mission Mangal, or they have awesome partnership like Sachin and Sehwag, or they have mentors like Dr. Kalam sir, or we are thinking like they have star players or solution thinkers and decision maker in their team that make their teams an historical team. This point is, I agree with this point, but in some point, apart from all this thing, one more factor is that, and that was the team dynamics. This is the more major factor that makes a team an historical team. Just because if we are talk about the team, so not that's not about the mentor or coach or team captain. It's about whole team how it works. For that, we have to learn about the team dynamics. And so team dynamic is what is team dynamics? So it is a psychological factor influencing the direction of your team performance and behavior. Understanding the team dynamics can alert you to how successful it might be. So then again, one point arises in our mind: how a team leader or a boss can uh, they can implement team dynamics to impact their team effectiveness. So for that, there are some frameworks that work for team effectiveness and affect our team dynamics. That was these six models. With when we got in the meeting, I will explain you this six model. So let me start the meeting with sorry. Okay, so after this, let me explain the program for today. And in between the gaps, I will explain of these six models. So our Toastmaster meeting is divided in two sections. The first half will consist of prepared speeches. Today we have three prepared speeches that will attempt to deliver their speeches based on certain objective, followed by impromptu speaking. In table topic session, we are going to do impromptu speaking with our Toastmasters and our guest. The second half will be for evaluation of prepared speeches and the role play reports. Apart from that, it was moment of glory for some of us. So let me introduce my fellow colleagues who will help me in the controlling and conduct of this evening. Just because today I am the captain, but without my team, I am not going forward. Just because I need each and everyone to conduct the meeting and each and everyone play their role. So as you see someone who opened the meeting with a lot of energy and their views on our theme, the team. He is working in software company as a technology architect, and his hobbies are painting and reading, but only about technical things. So let applause for Toastmaster Divesh, the sergeant at arms for the meeting. To give us the critical feedback of the language that we use in the meeting, we have someone who is working in program management in Vertiv. His hobbies are gardening and playing flute. That's very unique hobby. And he will also introduce us the word of the day and phrase of the day for the meeting. Let us welcome Toastmaster Avinash on the stage.
Dear presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow Toastmaster and guest, good evening. Today's theme is a team. What a unique and common, uniqueness as well as common, because unique, why I'm saying, because without team, there is no results. It could be formal, informal, organizational or non-organizational, social or political, anything. As Toastmaster Divesh and Shubham explained, without uh, uh, without any synergetic team, there is no results and we cannot expect anything. So coming back to my role, today my role is as a grammarian, and my responsibilities are is to listen everything what is been said in a meeting carefully and note for the whatever is going good uses of the language, grammar, and where we can have some incorrect use. And I will recommend everyone to. I will introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day. I will share my screen quickly. Sorry. So today's word of the day is a synergy. Hope you are able to see my screen. Synergy means the concept of the value of the performance of two team member or two companies, which will be greater than their individual performance. In simple words, I will say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, but in this synergy language, 1 plus 1 is more than 2. That's the meaning in short. And uses this synergy between the parents and teacher improve the school performance. So anybody would like to try for using this synergy word? You can use in the form of noun, adjective, or adverb, any kind of thing.
You cannot win any match or any competition without synergy of team member.
Great. Coming to next phrase of the day, on a silver platter. On a silver platter means provide with something valuable for nothing. We experience in a day-to-day life, and I will just um, explain the use of the word, the use of the phrase. The employee did no work at all and expecting to have everything handed over to him on a silver platter. It is a generic example, but anybody would like to try similar to this?
I will use it.
Yes.
So I have a lazy friend, and whenever we go for a picnic, he always want things in a silver platter.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Devesh. Good uses. And whenever we'll use these word of the day or phrase of the day, I'll request to encourage user showing the thumbs up or or emoji from the our virtual meeting, so that I will notify that. And additionally, I will represent my role reports with the good uses or incorrect use so far, or pronunciation and word of the day or phrase of the day use across the meeting. So additionally, uh, I just want to give the emphasis on pronunciation, because pronunciation is which will impact on our language, what we are saying. So there should be clarity on a pronunciation, and accent we need to use, which is a neutralized accent, because we come from, even in India, we come from different region, or but we use a different native language accent. So we need to neutralize them and practice them to use as per the accent neutralization. That's one. And additionally, we need to take care on basically where we can uh, use the effective grammar, particularly tense what we are using, that we can control. So that, over to you, Toastmaster. I will represent my report when I have been asked for.
To keep track of time, we have someone. He is digital marketing professional and very passionate Toastmaster. Please welcome Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of Day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. As a team, what my understanding about the team when multiple people come from the multicultural and multi-mindset, and they focus to what to achieve one goal in within time. It's called the team. So today, my role as a timer to just time prepare speech, table topic speech, and evaluation speech during this meeting. Every speech have or has a limited time range. When any speaker reach on the minimum allotted time range, I will show green card. When any speaker reach at the midpoint of allotted time range, I will display yellow card. And when speaker reach limited end of the time of allotted time range, I will display red card. Apart from this, we will show buzzer will sound after 30 minutes. 30 minutes would be the grace period. So I request all speaker focus on time because time is money and time is precious. Over to TMOD, Toastmaster Shubham.
To act as an R counter, we have someone. Her purpose of life is spear Ayurveda, and her hobbies are drawing and dancing. Let's welcome Toastmaster Aditi on stage.
A team generates synergy through a coordinated efforts, which allows each member to maximize his strength and minimize their weaknesses. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Today, my duty as an counter is to listen attentively to each speaker and make a note of the following used by the speaker. The crust sound like ah, and filler words, so, like, and filler phrases, and so, etc. When called upon, I will give a report of these speaking errors. Here is just one tip to avoid the UFOs is to keep your sentence short and take a pauses between the sentence. Thank you. Back to TMOD.
Someone will be observing every single thing that will happen throughout the meeting. Later, that person will take us through evaluation section and give us feedback about the proceeding. The environment and the general comments all are captured by her. To act as a general evaluator, we have someone who is in management teaching profession for last 20 years, and currently she is dean and deputy academic coordinator of ICFI Business School, Pune. She loves running and gymming and yoga. Let's begin our first section with prepared speeches. Each project has a specific time limit and certain fixed objective. That's why we call it as a project. Every project teaches us some aspect of public speaking such as body language, vocal variety, and persuasive skill. The speaker will try to learn various such aspects in their speeches. Today our first speaker will attempt level 4 speech 1 from pathway mentoring. And the evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Radha. I request Toastmaster Radha to read out the objective of the speech.
The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or his mentoring skills to a short-term mentoring assignment and share some aspect of his experience as a Toastmaster mentor. Good luck, Toastmaster Parijat.
Am I visible, audible?
Yes.
Before, just make sure the timing. Let me share my screen first.
The time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes, and the lighting sequence is green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7 minutes. The buzzer will be sound at 7.5 minutes. The speaker is freelance digital lending consultant and solution thinker. He loves photography and playing basketball. Let's welcome Toastmaster Parijat, Batman, Luke, Kung Fu Panda, Harry Potter, Telemax. What's the connection? Toastmaster Parijat.
So, what's the connection? Why have I picked these names? Any of you wondering who this Telemachus is amongst this list? The answer lies in an ancient Greek poem penned by Homer 3,000 years back called Odyssey. It's about a king, Odysseus, who had to fight the Trojan War, the war that could have taken 10 long years. And that's why he wanted his young son to be taken care of, to be safe, to be guided while he's away. So he left his son, Telemachus, to the care of his trusted companion, confidant, and friend named Mentor. Yes, presiding officer and my dear audience, that's how the word mentor came into our vocabulary. And it came into my life last year in July when I was assigned to become mentor for 3 neophytes. Neophytes, at least I thought so. 20 years of work experience, having led teams of 100 people of varied skills and backgrounds, mentoring at Toastmasters, 3 mentees, cake walk for me. But let me admit now, no one actually is a neophyte in communications. We all have been using words, emotions, gestures, voice, communications since our childhood, but perhaps not in this context. So let's say Toastmaster neophytes, or maybe let me just leave it at the mentees. One evening, I reached out to the assigned mentees to seek time to speak. I thought I'll spend 30 minutes each. I'll tell them what to do and spew all the gyan, the insights, knowledge, experience I have garnered so far onto them. And then this mentoring task will be done and dusted. No replies? 1 hour? Oh, got 2 replies. Sorry, I'm busy. Can you speak on Sunday? Am I caught up right now? Can we speak on Friday evening or on weekend? First jolt of realization. I am not the boss, and this is not work. At work, I used to define objectives and goals, and team members will follow. Toastmasters is self-driven. It's meant for that person, the mentee. The focus is on him or her. They decide the pace. The center is on them, not on me. Swallowing all of this, I moved on. I started speaking to each of these mentees and somehow gave them all the download, whatever I had. Quite boring for me and perhaps overwhelming for them. But the end of it, I was also not sure whether it helped either. Through this journey, the second reality dawned upon me. being mentor is not a mere task. It's a matter of responsibility. Something that mentor took for Telemachus in ancient Greek. The mentee may not know what they need, but the responsibility here is to help mentee grow, achieve, and move towards those objectives and goals. Speaking of goals, when I asked the mentees, do you know what they said? To improve communications and public speaking skills. Yeah, right. What else anyone would join Toastmasters for, isn't it? So my third realization was this has to be broken. There's need to go deeper, find that purpose, why this person took an out of routine decision to join Toastmasters. And this discovery may have to happen together. So we spoke on general matters, got to know each other. I shared my struggles, my motivation. But to my happiness, the mentees opened up. They shared their fears, their challenges. And that's how together we could discover some synergies, define unique paths, and identify areas of focus for each mentee. What I initially thought as a mere task to be done and dusted became a responsibility, a journey to be taken together. Quick walk became a challenge, an enrichment, and engagement that I enjoyed. In Mahabharata, Arjun considered Drona his teacher, but who taught him archery, but Krishna his mentor, who taught him how to deal with life, how to take important decisions. Mentor in Toastmasters is like Krishna, volunteering, not assigned, not focused on a specific task, but on the journey, the results behind them. Not for a defined tenure, but for long, maybe forever. A Harry Potter and an Arjuna may themselves become heroes, be successful. But a Dumbledore to Harry Potter, a Krishna to Arjun, undertakes the responsibility to help them shine, become superheroes. My friends, that's why find yourselves a mentor so that you can become superheroes, or become a mentor for others so that you can help them become superheroes. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
What a great speech, Toastmaster Parijat. So let's jump to our second speech of the day. And our second speaker is attempting level 1 project 3 from presentation mastery in the pathways. The evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Divyesh. I request Toastmaster Divyesh to read out the objective of the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Best of luck, my target speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So the time allowed for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. And the buzzer will be sounded 7.5 minutes. The speaker is mechanical engineer by profession, and she loves traveling and songs. Let me welcome Toastmaster Manu, voice of voiceless. Voice of voiceless, Toastmaster Manu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Am I audible and visible? Thank you. Are you an animal lover, pet lover, dog lover, cat lover, or there is one more category many people fall into, and that is show-off lover? Well, I leave this point for you to introspect which category you actually fall into. Me, I used to fall under occasionally animal lover and most of the time dog lover category until the lockdown last year. Dear presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest, very good evening. On a rainy evening last year, I was going somewhere and under a bridge, I saw a few shivering dogs and it shivered my soul down the spine. Then I started noticing and found the same situation under almost every nook and corner. Many of them would be injured, malnourished, starved, scared, shivering. It was an eye-opener for me, and I decided to do whatever I could for them. As per India's livestock census estimate, Indian streets are home to roughly 3.5 crore stray dogs and over 50 lakhs stray cattle. They are forced to survive very hostile conditions and are victim of extreme weather, poisoning, vehicle accidents, and various diseases. And on top of it, as the COVID spread, many pet owners left their pet on roads and moved to their hometowns. And some were concerned they would catch the virus from their pet. And as per National Geographic report, this resulted to around 30% increase in pet dog abandonment since the pandemic started. Not only the strays, but pets are also a matter of concern. According to Euromonitor International, India is the fastest growing pet market in the world. As per an article published by Statista Research Department, population of pet dog in India was around 2.14 crores in 2019. The population is forecasted to reach over 3.1 crores by end of 2023. And the population of pet cats is around 20 lakhs, and it is forecasted to reach approx 25 lakhs by end of 2023. This growth also means an increased demand for the animals themselves. I'll be covering mainly about dogs because they are contributing to around 85% of stray or pet animals population. As fascinated as we are by everything foreign, Indians have developed an obsession for pedigree dog breeds, and we want them at the lowest price possible. To meet these demands, breeders set up puppy mills. Puppy mills help them avoid import and other overhead costs. Animals are provided only the bare minimum necessities to survive until they are sold or dead. Dogs in puppy mills live in conditions as filthy as you can imagine. While there can be no comparison drawn as to who suffers the most in our demand of foreign breeds, the breeding female dogs are definitely put through the most physical and psychological trauma. Countless female dogs endure the suffering and pain for our high demand of fancies. They are forcefully bred using rape stands without enough resting period in between litters. Injected hormones to speed their oestrus cycles, right from their first heat to when they wear out and cannot give birth anymore. Many even die in the process. If we bought our dog from a pet store, a mill, online, or using any other cheap means, know that we are equally responsible for this condition of our pup's mother. Doesn't every living being deserve to be treated with dignity and respect and not as a money-making commodity? Let us do our bit towards stopping the atrocities being inflicted on these voiceless animals. An adopt and don't shop mentality will help these poor souls. If we want a pet, let us adopt a stray. If it is for the love of an animal and the need for the companion, I swear you would feel the same with an adopted one. Plus, the amazing feeling of giving them a second chance at life, a home, and a place to rest their head. Apart from adoption, we can also help stray animals by feeding them, rescue them, foster them until adopted, and most important is getting them sterilized. Sterilization has many benefits, including improving their health, reducing undesirable behaviors, and preventing overpopulation of animals. There is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated." I urge everyone here to not fall under show-off category and be at least a pet or dog or cat lover, if not an animal lover. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
What a great research report, Toastmaster Manu. Let's go to our third speech of the day. So our third speaker of the day is attempting Level 2 Project 2 from Motivational Strategies Path in the Pathways. The evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Santosh. I request Toastmaster Santosh to read out the objective of the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. The purpose statement of this project. The purpose of this project is for the member to observe his or her time management pattern. Good luck, my speaker. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
So our speaker 3 is IT professional, and she loves reading, and she is also marathon runner, an artist, and a billiard champion. Let us welcome Toastmaster Renu. Time, our most precious resource. Time, our most precious resource. Toastmaster Renu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. One of the providential truths: everyone has 24 hours. No one has more, no one has less. Out of these 24 hours, some do the most of it, some do the less out of it. The ones who do more very well know where they land, and the ones who do less, this is a must-have for them. Socrates, an ancient Greek philosopher who used to always conduct discourses on life and afterlife. Once upon a time, he was conducting his discourses in a town by sitting on a rock. People used to come by. Some people who used to listen to him used to understand his discourses. Some used to wait for a few minutes, try to understand, and walk away. And the third category of people never really understood what Socrates was saying. Socrates realized this, that there is nobody who is really attending to it, because they are missing out on the imperatives of gaining the insight in their growth and spirituality. He was speaking on the discourses of life and afterlife, which would really do good to people in their day-to-day lives. And to make them understand and attentive towards him, he thought of making an announcement. One fine morning, he just told all the people in the town that he is going to have a discourse on something which has never happened before and something which will never ever happen in the future. People were really wondering with curiosity, what is that topic which is going to be something which will never ever happen before and something which has never happened before? The day arrived. Socrates came on the same stone in that same corner of the town. And he said, "Hello, everyone. Today I am very happy because I am going to conduct a discourse on something which is interesting for this life and a discourse for the people after life. It is a story about two merchants. Listen carefully. Two merchants who used to go and sell their goods in the nearby city. One merchant used to carry his goods every time to the nearby city because he was earning huge profits. The other merchant was also traveling to the nearby city because he wanted to buy raw materials for his business. Both of these merchants were walking on that particular day to the nearby city to earn their respective profits. As they were walking by, they met each other, they started chit-chatting, became friendly, and they encountered a huge mountain in front of them. It was a really hot sunny day, and both these merchants had to climb up the mountain. The other merchant, who wanted to buy raw materials for his business, had a donkey with him. As they became friendly and they knew it was getting really tiring climbing the mountain, the other merchant said to the first mountain, who had goods with him, he said, "I can help you. My donkey can carry your goods on the back, provided you pay me some amount." The merchant agreed, and they started climbing the mountain, chit-chatting on a very friendly note. Gradually, as they climbed up, they reached the top of the mountain. It was really very hot and sunny, not a single tree around. They wanted to rest, but there was not a single tree around for them to rest or a shade for them to stand by. The other merchant said, "We have one option. We have the shade of the donkey." The merchant said, "Okay, but that donkey belongs to me because I've paid for it." The owner of the donkey said, "No, I only lent you that donkey to carry your goods. I am the owner of the donkey, so that single shade of the donkey belongs to me." They started arguing, and eventually this ended up in a fight. While Socrates was talking about this story, all the people in the town had gathered and they were listening very intensely with utmost curiosity to know what happened next. When Socrates moved on and he continued in his story, and he said, in the eventuality, the donkey was really tired himself and was thirsty. The merchant said, "Let's do one thing. I will pay you more and I will use the shade." Saying this, Socrates stopped there. He left the story incomplete and he walked down the hill and started walking away. The people were so involved in the story. They followed him and asked him to continue the story, but Socrates didn't do that. They requested again and again. He came back on the mountain and he said, "All of you all, you are more curious to know what happened between the two merchants' fight, but you do not have that in you to utilize your time to the fullest. I can see all of you all are leaving your work and you are waiting here to listen to the story intensely. The moral of the story being, you can utilize your times more beautifully and effectively." The idea behind this is to utilize the time by focusing on something which is less important. We do not focus on something which is important and take every single minute of our day relaxing, being lazy, and being very casual. The synergy of all the Toastmasters coming together in this room is in itself a best example of how beautifully and efficiently we can utilize our time. This gives us results which can be more effective in our day-to-day life, which will help us grow in our professions as well as our personal lives. Michael Althusser has rightly stated, the bad news is time just flies, but the good news is we can be the pilots. We can utilize our time in the most efficient times, then doing it in our most urgent times. That helps us getting into time management more effectively and focusing in the now, than just lazing around and focusing on time when it really becomes urgent and important. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
What a great speech. So let's back to the theme. And so these are some models that work for the team dynamics that directly affects our team effectiveness. So first we talk about the model of team effectiveness. That we say our GRPI model, that G stands for goals, R stands for roles, and P stands for procedures, and I stands for interpersonal skills that we directly learning in our Toastmaster meeting. So it focusing on well-defined goals and roles, clear decision-making procedures, and good and transparent interpersonal skill. Just because if we don't have good and transparent interpersonal skill, that that create any kind of nuisance in our team when we are talking to our teammates. So it's come down with the team development and going up with the diagnosis of the issues. So we can do the diagnosis from interpersonal skill, then procedures, then roles, then goals. And when we go to the team development, first we set up our goals, then go to our roles, then follow the procedures, and then do the procedures with our interpersonal skill. The second framework, that was the Season Batch and Smith model, that's that come in triangle, that focusing on performance results, collective work collective work product, and the personal growth. And these three triangles focusing on commitment, skills, and accountability. As our third model says, that was T7 model of team effectiveness. In this model, five in this T7, 5 is internal and 6 is external. So the external factors, that was team support from the organization and the leader fit. And the 5 is and the internal 5 is the task, the thrust, and the trust, then our talent and our teaming. So as we got the task, we can do with the thrust and how the trust is in our teammates that we have, and the talent we use to do our work, and the teaming of our teammates. After that, the team support that come from the organization, from where we get the resources, and the team leader fit that will recently asked by Toastmaster Pajat about the mentor. So how our mentor, our leader is, how good mentor is, that's really affect our team effectiveness. Then we come to our fourth model, that was the LaFesto and Larson model. This model result is basic, focusing on the 5 features and the component that increase the likelihood of team effectiveness. Then that directly affects our team member spirit, our team relationship between our team members. Then the fourth one is team leadership. What kind of leadership our team leader has, and our organization environment where we are working on it. So these are the 4 models. And the 5th model is the Hackman model of team effectiveness, that directly focusing on being a real team as opposed to a nominal team. The second one is compelling direction, that everyone work towards. And the third one is enabling structure that works for teamwork. So as we see in the diagram, in the triangle, we have an enabling structure in the triangle form that complement our decision with our real team, that signifies our team effort, and we develop our team strategy with the use of our talent that directly affects our team effectiveness. And the last one, in the 6th model, is Lenigoni model, and that model says what we don't have to do, what are the factors that we have to minus from our team for our team effectiveness. So it starts of absence of trust. If we don't have trust in our teammates, so how we can do our teamwork. The second one is the fear of conduct. If we don't have trust, we always have fear of conflict with our teammates, just because we don't trust each other, what I assign to him and what he will do. So that was fear of conflict between us. And third one is lack of commitment between the teammates. So if they have lack of commitment, so they are not doing with their synergy. After that, the avoidance of accountability, how they're accountable towards their word. And the last one is inattention to the result. So these are the some framework that we are used for our team effectiveness. Let's go to our second part of our Toastmaster meeting. So our next part of our first section is to test our impromptu speaking skills. And the table topic master is, he's manager by profession. He works in the account and finance part of of their working organization, and he loves reading and watching cricket. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ravindra on the stage.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so I will start with today's theme. The theme is team. So as per me, what is teams? Team means that together everyone achieves more. So as a team, we can achieve more things, compared to when we achieve as an individual. So as a Toastmaster team member, I am looking forward to achieve more things as a team. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, presiding officer, Google Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. So my role is table topic master, and I will start with the round robin. I will begin with the story sample. I shall speak for 15 seconds. I will stop at the buzzer, and then I will call out for the next speaker. And also the word to start with, every speaker has to speak for 15 seconds, not less or not more. Request all of participants to keep their videos switched on for this session. So now we'll start. Can I see the timers?
Sure. I will show the time sequence.
Yeah.
Just give me some.
Okay. Meanwhile, I will explain the round robin session start. So imagine that you have got a Mr. India watch. I hope everyone is aware about what is Mr. India watch. That the watch which, if you wear it, you can invisible yourself, or you nobody can else see you. So imagine that you have got it that, and now what will you do, or what are the things which you wanted to do once you got that watch? So I will start with from me. So can I see the timing?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'll share my screen.
Okay.
I think we are using Google Timer.
Okay. Okay.
You can share your screen, Shubham.
Yeah, I think you haven't shared it.
Yes. Now I'm.
Shubham, I just shared the Google time. Yeah.
Great. So, okay, let me start from me. Yeah, so if I got that watch, definitely I would love to one thing which which I dream it, that I will visit to the forest to see the animal lives, how they live in their lives, and how they survives over there. So that is one thing. So next I would call upon Mr. Santosh.
Well, in my childhood time, I always love to visualize how I will do when I get the Mr. India watch, and definitely I want to go to some Bollywood movie.
Next, Parijat.
If I get the Mr. India's watch, I would not want anything on the silver platter. I would want to go maybe perhaps to China and look at where this Wuhan virus came through and see if I can do something about and avoid all of this lockdown that we are all foreseeing for I don't know how many months now.
Nice. Next, Manisha. Is there Manisha is there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. So if I
Okay.
get a Mr. India watch, I would really want to go and visit ghosts and know how they feel when, nobody else can see them and share my experience with them. Thank you.
Good. Renu.
No doubt the synergy of together work wonders for everybody. But if I have a Mr. India watch with me, I would like to go back in time and have things the way I want in my way, and reverse the situation what we have today of the pandemic and make everybody happy and merry.
Okay. Radha.
Mr. India's watch will make my life easy during this pandemic, because I can just step out and do things that I want without letting the cops catch me. Just eat in the restaurants. Probably they're closed, but yeah, I'll do whatever I want.
Okay. Divesh.
So yeah, if I get a watch, Mr. India watch, so I will definitely go and roam around in this Corona period everywhere, from Kerala to Ladakh, and from west to east. I will visit all the places.
Okay. Aditi.
If I get Mr. India watch, definitely I want to roam around, because due to lockdown, we are locked in a flat. So if I get chance, I'll roam around.
Okay. Shubham.
So if I get the Mr. India watch, so first I go to Himalayas, and then I go to some warm place just because it's too cold. Then I came back to some good place where I got something to eat.
Okay. Avinash.
I get a Mr. India watch, I would visit to all the places where my India is lagging about and find out the corruption or everything which I will synergize with the police and all departments to get results.
Okay. Manu.
I'll get Mr. India watch. I'll just get inside the plane's cockpit and travel throughout the journey. And I would like to see how the pilots are operating the plane. Thank you.
Okay. Narayan. Narayanan.
You are on mute, Narayan.
Yeah. If I get a Mr. India watch, I would like to stop this people who are hiding the medicines and oxygen and etc. So that the people will be much more relaxed and get cured easily.
Okay. Kishori Jha. Sorry, Kishori.
Hello.
Kishori, yeah.
Yeah, if I get a Mr. India watch, I would like to do everything which Anil Kapoor did in that movie. I would like to have fun. I would like to go and fight with bad men and everything which Mr. India did.
Okay. Yash.
Yes. So Mr. India watch. So it's like a childhood dream. I think, but great powers will also come great responsibility. So I can't have that on a silver platter. I think I'll do some good, especially in terms of COVID. I'll try to help I'll try to help the mankind.
Okay. Charu.
Hello.
Charu.
If I will get the watch, then I will synergize with time, and I'll like to go back in the time when I was a kid and do some editing. What I feel that I had done mistakes, so I'll do all that editing.
Okay. Janvi.
I guess
Janvi.
she got disconnected.
Okay. So is there anyone who's left? I guess no. Yes. So we are done with the round robin. So I think now it's time to timer report.
I think we
Not
missed
timer.
the speaker timing report also. So Santosh, please can you show the speaker timing sequence and polling also?
This is table topic.
Ravinder, in round robin, we do not consider the timing. In table topic, we consider the timing.
Okay. So should I go ahead with the table topics?
I think
we should take the
poll for the speeches. I think.
Santosh, can we share
Yes,
polling and timer report for the best speakers?
sure. So all prepared speech speaker are qualified as per timing sequence allotment. So I'm going to launch the poll for the best table topic, best speaker. So you can cast your vote.
Sure. Can we end the poll?
Yes, end the poll.
So we'll go for bio break for 2 minutes, and we will be back at 5:10. Then we will go with our table topic session.
It's a 5:10.
It's already 5:10. So I
Yeah,
think
it's a
we'll, yeah,
5:10.
Yeah, we will back at 5:12. 5:12.
sure. Yes. Can you off the record, I guess?
Yes, yes, I'll see that.
Okay. Everyone. So for table topic, timing sequence for the table topics are green at for 1 minute and yellow at for 1.5 minutes and red for at a 2 minutes buzzer and will sound at 2 minutes 30 seconds. To qualify for the best table topic speaker, you shall speak at least for a 1 minute and max to 2 minutes 30 seconds. Let me now we have a 4 table topic speakers and the theme is like I have a 4 numbers and first I will request Narayan to come forward for the table topics for the table
Hello.
topic. Yes, Narayan. So I have 4 numbers. Narayan, you wanted to select you need to select one number. So as per that accordingly I can give you the timeline. So I have 1 to 4 numbers. First 1, 2, 3 and 4. Sorry, 3 and 4. So you can select any one of the cheat.
1.
Okay, fine. This is the 1 and I am reading the subject for you. So what will you do if you get a chance to become a chief minister of your state for one day? I will repeat. What will you do if you get a chance to become a chief minister of your state for one day?
Okay.
Timer screen, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster, and dear guests. My topic is to become a one-day Chief Minister for the state. Basically, I am from Tamil Nadu. So I will recently the DMK has won the election for election. So what I would like to do is the first and foremost thing is to prevent corona from spreading. For that, I have to ensure that all the districts, boards, and things are having enough of medicines. First and foremost thing is to vaccinate everyone so that they can tackle the pandemic, which is growing day by day, and ensure that people don't hide medicines and don't increase the price of the vaccination and medicines which is needed for the treatment and the oxygen concentrators and things like that, so that we can ensure that the corona spread is not doing much damage to the people. Moreover, I would like to ensure that the state and central government and all other states coordinate with each other to fight with this pandemic, so that we can all have a healthy and healthy people, healthy citizens, so that we can enable the state country to become corona free in the near future. Thank you very much.
Great, great. Thank you, Narayan. And it's really good that as a chief minister, you are focusing on the pandemic situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So next, I will call upon Yash.
Yep. Am I audible?
Yes, Yash, you are audible. So could you please select one number from these three cheats, 2, 3, or 4? Any one number.
3. 3, please.
Okay. So this is 3 number, and I'm opening it. So imagine that you have one week tour package. So where would you like to go and why? I'm repeating. Imagine that you have one week tour package. So where would you like to go and why?
Sure. So good evening, everyone. And 1 week tour package. So I'm assuming that I have no geographical limitations. So if in that case, I would be opting for, there'll be quite a few places. Let's say I'll break it down into 2 or 3 day slots. Surely Europe, that'll be number that I would opt for Europe. I'm a bit of a curious mind. So I tend to read and let it be philosophy, history, and it excites me a bit. It has always been the epicenter of, no, I'm not discarding India, but it has been an epicenter at least for like the 17th, 18th, 19th century. I'm very fascinated by cities like Rome, Venice, Paris, although I've never been there. And the second 2 or 3 day slot, I would surely go for America, since I mean, they're the superpower right now. It's very astonishing to find that within a span of just 100 years, they have reached exponential growth with just the synergy. I mean, how well they've coordinated with each other. It's amazing. You can find them to be to be like right at the apex position for pretty much everywhere, all spheres. Let it be business, let it be technology. 4 days, right? So I've got 3 more days. Maybe one day I would want to visit Australia. Feeling a bit nostalgic. I was based out from Melbourne. I would want to pay a very fast visit to Melbourne, and the remaining 2 days, I'm happy in India. I would, so I always wanted to visit Northeast. I would opt for Northeast. Very unexplored part of India, so surely Northeast. So there are my 7 days.
Okay, nice speech. It looks that you are a travel lover on your speech. Okay, thank you for that. And the next, I will call to Charu, guest Charu.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have 2 options. Select the one number from these 2, second and the 4th.
I'll select 4.
Okay, this is the 4th one. I will read the subject for you. So the subject is, please tell us about most thrilled experience in your life. I will repeat. Please tell us about most thrilled experience in your life. Continue.
Most thrilled experience. Actually, I'm not much traveler or a thrill lover, but yes, one thing what I remember is like once we went for a school trip, like all teachers, we went for a school picnic, teachers picnic. So there all activities were there. So in that one was there rope walk. So that was really a thrill one for me. I started walking. All precautions were there with that. But when I started walking, it was a bit, I thought it is easy. But just in between, when I just on the way between and got slipped and about to fall, but I managed to walk again till the end of the rope. And I that was a very thrilling experience of my life. But one what I want to do thrilling experience is sea diving, undersea diving. I would like to do that because I saw some of my friends doing that, but I could not try it anytime. So I would be like to do that. And one more experience I just want to share. Recently we went to Alibag, and there was a ride was there. Sea riding, that sofa ride was there. They took us in between the sea, and when we were coming back, all the they stopped it between, and everywhere it was a sea, and we were in the center of the sea. So that was a very thrilling experience of my life. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for that. For sharing your experience. Nice. Okay, so the next I'm calling to Kishori, guest Kishori.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me, Kishori?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a second number cheat for you. I'm reading the subject for you. So subject is, what would you be? What would you? What would be your plan if you get a chance to date with Deepika Padukone? I will repeat. What would you? What would be your plan if you get a chance to date with Deepika Padukone?
To spend a day with Deepika Padukone?
One date, yeah.
Okay.
You get a chance to go on date.
So okay, if I go on date with Deepika Padukone, I would like to know about her, how she managed to look so gorgeous, and how she has gotten out of her depression very well, and she tackled her career life also very well. So I would like to know how she actually managed in such a short span of time to get out of her depression. And then she went to the peak. She is in right now. She is in her peak of her career. So how she managed to do that in a very short span of time? And yeah, I would like to know something about badminton from her. Yes, I think yeah, badminton. So that's it, I think. And how? I don't know about it.
Fine. Okay, so are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for your views. Okay. Radha, I would like to ask, there is one more speaker who would like to be a part of table topic. So can we consider them?
Need to check that with the Toastmaster of the day. Shubham, how are we running on agenda?
I think we are running a little late, but if we have, yeah, we will take only one more.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Shubham, for confirming that. So our next table topic speaker is Renu. Renu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So Renu, the subject for you is that, could you please explain importance of confidence in your life? I will repeat. Could you please explain importance of confidence in your life? Go ahead.
Thank you. The strongest factor for success is self-esteem. The very idea of facing a huge mob of people or doing something which you really want to do as achieving a dream or a goal, believing you can do it, believing you deserve it, and believing you will get it is what confidence means to me, because it is backed by several other factors like reading, having a good general knowledge, having a good grammar, having a good vocabulary. One example I would like to give here, I was in the middle of an event which was not exactly a speech per se, but it was in the middle of an elocution competition wherein you were given a topic and you wanted to speak about something which really mesmerizes you and takes you forward in life. And the speaker gave a very beautiful example. The speaker said, you are at home and you're in the middle of your family members. It is the synergy, your strength that gives you confidence to speak and do whatever when you have a family with you, when you're doing something. But when you are in the middle of a huge crowd and you are given an option whether you want to directly, you don't have a competitor and you want to directly be a winner. And the speaker said, it is always better to not have everything readily available on a silver platter, but to have it run on your own confidence, your own will, your own energy of positivity and zest, so that you knock it round throughout the event and then you feel that, yes, you can do it and you have nailed it. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ravindra.
Thank you. Thanks for your views on that subject. Okay, so I would like to call upon the timer reports.
So all the table topic speaker are qualified, uh, and will draw the poll.
Yes, please. Our audience, please vote for the table topic speaker.
Yeah, we can carry on.
Yeah. Yes, back to the Toastmaster of the day, Shubham. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now it's time for evaluations. I will call upon stage the general evaluator who will take us through the evaluation section. I will introduce our general evaluator at the start of the meeting. So, uh, stage is yours, Toastmaster Manisha, our general evaluator for the day.
A very good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a general evaluator, my task is to help evaluate the prepared speech evaluators and the meeting in general. And to assist me, I do have a couple of role players who have already played a wonderful job. The tag team, Timer, Aha Counter, and Grammarian. I would like to invite the evaluator, the first evaluator, Miss Radha. Let me introduce her. She wears multiple hats. She's a communication expert and a happiness coach by profession and president BTMC by choice.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manisha. What a great speech, Toastmaster Parijat. You clearly met the objectives of your project, which was all about introducing your mentoring skills and highlighting some of your experiences. I love the way that you started with some of the powerful words, neophyte. I literally had to Google myself and check what's the meaning of it. But then that's the thing about the speech of a great speaker, that you enhance your speeches with such words that you make your audience a bit inquisitive so that they go back and do their work. I liked when you said that how the entire journey, it's not about just sharing your gyan, it's about asking them question, what's your goal? And when they say it's communication and public speaking, challenge them, dig in even deeper and ask them, what about the purpose in general about joining the Toastmasters Club? let me tell you about your highlights. The highlights of your speech, the message, the overall message that you wanted to deliver was very, very clear. Vocal variety, I always enjoy the way that you bring in variations in your voices and how you move from standing to bending down. And when you said, showed your finger with 1, 2, 3, and 4 without even saying it, I was literally counting along with those movements. Another powerful gesture was when you said, done and dusted. So these are some of the cues that you give to your audience, and it creates that authentic connection, and it intacts you with the audience, those who want to listen to you. Great speech. I love these highlights, but I would like to mention some of the part of your speech, how it could have done even more better. I felt like the title itself, Batman, Luke, Kung Fu Panda, Harry Potter, and Telemachus, what do they have in common? I would rather replace all of this with the art of mentoring. If you could have simplified the title with something very simple, the art of mentoring, probably it establishes the connection with the audiences. Everybody wants to listen to you in that 5 minute of frame time. They don't want to spend too much of time thinking what's the commonality among these characters. Second, a couple of the words that could have said a little bit better. Like I know that you wanted to say swallowed, that how you swallowed that disregard from your mentees, but you rather said swelling. So correction there. Second, the technical perhaps glitches in terms of the variation that we got through your voice today. The sound clarity itself, that's not your problem, but perhaps you could have checked that beforehand, could have resolved the issue. But you're a great speaker and an evaluator, so I look forward to hear more of your speeches in upcoming meetings. Time management. But yeah, we don't have to show these show clocks, because then, it started worrying me. Second, we should not see them, because then it adds advantage for me, and I could prepare myself. I have got 1 minute left, I've got 2 minutes left. So please tick off that show clock for any evaluator. I know I got away with it, but please don't do that with the rest of the evaluators. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I think I had to also request the timer to give timing guidelines. So may I call the timer?
Well, timing guidelines for the prepared speech is
Evaluation.
yeah, sorry, evaluation speech. 2 to 3 minutes. 1 for green, and 2 for yellow, and 3 for red, and 30 seconds is grace period.
Thank you. So I would call upon the next evaluator, TM Divyesh. And just to introduce him, he works in software company as technology architect and loves painting and reading technical things. Please evaluate your target speaker's speech and not the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, it was a really wonderful speech.
Please let me share the screen first. Let me share the screen first.
Okay. Timing. You can share that. Like you can start and share it.
Okay. Okay. The topic was very powerful. Topic is very powerful. Voice for voiceless. You start with the question: are you an animal lover? Are you a dog lover? Cat lover? And interestingly, the last you have mentioned is show off lover. So that grabs the audience attention. So it's a start was really good. And now this topic is very related to human as well, because human and animals are sharing the emotions, love, joy, anger, hate. So this topic, with this topic, audience are able to connect easily. And you have set the context by giving your own examples. So you have given your examples how you are severing, and you have seen that dog are severing, they are injured, ignored on the road. So you empathize with the audience as well as and the dog as. So synergy was really good from the audience. Now then you share some data, statistics, which is also really good as a part of this your presentation topic. Then you have given example of some pedigree dog, and you have highlighted some side effects which dogs are facing in today's situations, how countless injection being given to dogs and animals, and there are some more damage to their own health. So overall good speech. There are a few recommendations from my end. The first is a speech was very fast. So you can just slow down, and you can take out few of the contents, and and pauses. You can put some pauses so audience can be able to relate. Then there were a lot of data. Statistics can be a little less, or you can use the PPT or visuals. That would be very helpful for the audience if you are going to use a lot of data and stats. And share some stories, and so that rather than do's and don'ts. So that are the three recommendations. Otherwise, uh, overall good, clarity, voice variety, and overall audience awareness gestures were good. And at the end, you have encouraged to all the people to adopt the stray dogs. That was really good from him. Also, you have used the Mahatma Gandhi quote at the end. Uh, that's really relevant to the this overall your theme of the speech. Now, overall, it was a really well researched and well prepared speech, I would say. And you are really the voice of your voiceless. You can say overall job well done, and all the best for your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Postmaster Devesh. Thank you.
Our next evaluator, Santosh Yadav, is working in an IT company as digital marketing manager and is fond of reading books and watching web series. I call upon you on the stage. Please evaluate the speech.
Just a second. Just a second. Uh, Shubham, can you back on the clock? Yes, yes. So clock, uncheck box, so clock. Yes, now start. Good evening, General Evaluator, and a special good evening, my speaker, Toastmaster Renu. And Toastmaster Renu, I want to say thank you to remind us that time is precious. You start your speech with rhetoric statement. What was statement? We have only 24 hours. I start thinking, might be Renu have more than 24 hours, or Toastmaster Parijat have less than 24 hours. Then I realized that you are the star speaker. You know how to grab the attention from the start. And especially, you got my attention. So wonderful on this part. Second, your storytelling ability. You always make your point through the story. And it is good sign of any speaker bring a story in their speech. Today, in your speech, you bring the two speech. And these two speeches were from ancient times. And to make the authentication of a story, you bring the popular philosopher of Socrates of the Yunan. And how the time is important for the human, and human can be make or break through the time utilization. You tell the story, and good part of the story, you bring one story to another story. And this tell the how much you are confident speaker to make the synergy of two different story. So kudos to you. Your third point, your speaker persona. It's a nice example of the powerful speaker persona, where you use voice modulation, you use hand gesture, and you use facial expression to summarize your content and your point. And believe me, it's impact to lot for the audience as well as the listener. Your story or your speech remind me my one story. The story is good thing can be better, or even better thing can be better. So I have one suggestion. One, I think in today you could have missed the power of the pauses. If you are going to the storyteller, use the power and effective of the pauses. You could have used or said that utilize the time with be effective and productive way. And second, somewhere I feel that your speech is not fulfill the objective of the speech. Speech objective said that speaker must must observe his or her timing management pattern. And here we miss your timing management pattern observation. If I summarize, speech is well written, well structured, well delivered. Somewhere you miss the objective of speech. Rest of part is perfectly well done. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you. May I call the timer for the timers report for all the evaluators?
So Toastmaster Radha take 3 minutes 33 seconds for the evaluation. Toastmaster Divesh 3 minutes 35 seconds, and Toastmaster Santosh 3 minutes 39 seconds. I think both are not qualified for the voting. All three are.
Okay. So yes, T.O. Modi, what is the suggestion then? We have one.
I think I have to
So
take.
in
no
that
voting.
in that
No
case, no
voting.
voting.
No voting.
No voting. Okay. All right. So next, I would like to call the AHA counter for the report, please.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Divesh used between 5 to 10 crush sound and less than 5 filler words. Toastmaster Radha, less than 5 crush sound, no filler word. Toastmaster Shubham, between 5 to 10 crush sound and less than 5 filler words. And all three speakers are flawless speaker, so big applause for them. Toastmaster Santosh uses less than 5 crust sound. Toastmaster Ravindra uses less than 5 crust sound and less than 5 filler words. Toastmaster Manisha used less than 5 crust sound. Toastmaster Avinash used between 5 to 10 crust sound and less than 5 filler words. Toastmaster Narayan used between 5 to 10 crust sounds and less than 5 filler words. Toastmaster Yash between 5 to 10 crust sound Guest Charu used between 5 to 10 crust sound and less than 5 fill-up words. And guest Kishori used less than 5 crust sound. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Aditi. May I call upon the grammarian report, please?
Yeah, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and general evaluator. I will present my report. I'm just sharing my screen. If you talk about word of the day and phrase of the day, it's a great use of the word of the day synergy. If we see on a screen, Toastmaster Devesh used twice, Toastmaster Radha once, Toastmaster Aditi used once. So in all, we use 10 times word of the day. And phrase of the day, there are 3 uses for the phrase of the day in meeting. On a silver platter, basically Toastmaster Divesh, Toastmaster Parijat, and Toastmaster Reno. Coming to not good uses, I would just like to say, come in our mind was, come in mind is. Basically, we are talking right now. So then we need to say now what it will come to it will come in your mind is this thing, something like that. Then gender, when we are calling upon to someone who is a ladies or gents, then accordingly we should use the appropriate gender so that it would help us to or it will help to announcement. Then these ordering adverbs. Ordering adverbs are very important in our speech. First, second, third, another's. If we repeat it for particular one, it get jumbles or it get confused to the audience. So we should use appropriately first, second, and third, and lastly, or something in a sequence, not it's a reversing or in between sequence. And damage to the people should not be there. It should be said to the impact on a health or impact on a people. Then surely, other than that, I think we can say definitely better things can be better. So good uses is better thing can be best. There is a good, better, best. We do have a sequence. And last one said that Radha take. Toastmaster Radha took so and so much of time. So this is the, I just want to give the details. And talking about good words, I would say empathy. It's a, I know this is a regular, but it's a very unique. Generally, we need to use to understand the feelings of someone. Then neophyte, as Toastmaster Radha also recognizing her evaluation, it's basically new person or new member who involved in our activity. That's one. Then mesmerizing, capturing one's complete attention as a magic. And nostalgic. Nostalgic is feeling or inspiring happy feeling. Then eye opener, unexpectedly enlightening. These are the good words basically we have used. Elephant in the room is a phrase which is a good use in a meeting. And last, I would like to just give attention on a pronunciation. So performance, basically it's a performance. We need to just be clear on that. And healthy, healthy, something I don't realize now. It's a healthy. It's not, and surely, other than that, it should be say clearly as a surely. Then ancient instead of that ancient. So that's if we take care on these pronunciation and some bad uses, or I will say wrong uses, along with the, we will do our performance best in our Toastmaster meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Divyesh. Okay. So let me begin with the general observations regarding our team. So I'll take it role-wise. Sergeant at Arms, TM Divyesh, very prompt in starting the meeting on time, dot 1600 hours. Gave his opinion on today's theme, using the word of the day, phrase of the day, with an example. He explained the rules and mission and took all the voting properly. So wonderful job done. And I would just say, keep it up. Timer TN Santosh explained his role properly with respect to timing of speeches. After giving his view on the theme, he showed the cards properly and kept his report very short and sweet. Our counter, TM Aditi, spoke out her mind on the theme, followed by a proper explanation of her role. Additionally, gave tips to the speakers. You also mentioned the flawless speakers, and you presented a very crisp report. If I have to recommend one thing, maybe you may like to present your report through the screen. You may like to share how you have kept track of the R counters. Grammarian TM Avinash gave your opinion on the theme, explained his role well, gave us an easy word of the day and related to the theme, as well as phrase of the day. Properly explained the usage and posted the same very timely on the chat. He gave a very crisp and to the point report. Rather, I would say he presented a very, very extensive report to mention the speakers who use the word of the day, the phrase of the day, along with some good and bad uses of language, good words, pronunciation. The only thing is that probably the word of the day and phrase of the day was just published yesterday. Otherwise, we would have made good use of the words and phrases probably throughout the week. Phrase of the day, I would personally feel that maybe related more to the theme. Otherwise, wonderful job done. Table topic master, TM Ravindra. You shared your views on the theme. You explained the rules very well for the round robin. You really gave a very nice cue to begin with. You were very creative and innovative with your topics on Table Topic Master. Very confident and wonderfully conducted. Coming to Toastmasters of the Day, TM Shubham. I really appreciate the timeliness of posting the agenda on Monday itself. A very well thought out team. You kept the group engaged with regular discussions and your availability to bring in synergy. Proper introduction you did today when you started off with your presentation, especially when you talked about the mindset of MS teams instead of just teams, because of the new scenario in which we all are. The coverage of the topic was quite vast with beautiful and varied examples. And you also talked about a lot of models of how effective teams can be, or what do you mean by effective teams. You explained the flow of the program very well, introduced all the role players well. The meeting progress was quite in sync with the agenda and time. There was a consistent flow of energy in the meeting. We all wish that things are served to us on a silver platter, but the satisfaction of earning it is unparalleled. I would say this without mincing my words, that you made earnest and genuine efforts to be what you visualize for yourself. So a wonderful job done. Some of the things that I noted probably could be looked at as areas of improvement for you. You were so beautifully engaged with your theme that at one point in time, you missed stating that we will pause for 30 seconds to give direct feedback to the speakers, and also missed calling the timers report for speeches and the polls, which we had to do later. The other is that while you were presenting after a break, the slideshow mode of presentation would have helped. And maybe you can try and look at the camera positioning when you are giving your speech or when you are delivering your presentation. Rest all, wonderful job done. Coming to the evaluators, there are 2-3 things that are common. One, all evaluators overshot the time. So that's the area of improvement that they have to look at. The second is, so coming to the approach, all of them used the CRC approach, that is commend, recommend, and commend. So they were all very encouraging as well as critical. So that was very nicely done. TM Radha, you summarized it very well. You picked up the good words used by your target speaker. You highlighted the key points of the speech, and very meticulously you presented your viewpoint on how the speech went. One thing I would say is probably we can also mention whether the speech did justice to the project purpose. That would also help the target speaker. Evaluator 2, TM Divyesh. So the common points remain same. You were very observant. You observed very minutely your target speaker's speech, the introduction, the flow, the data, her message, her quotes that were used. So that was really very nice. And again, for you as well, if we could mention that if the speech actually fulfilled the objective of the speech, and maybe you could also pick out one thing that I really liked about the speaker was I really loved her compassion for the topic for which she was presenting. Evaluator 3, TM Santosh. I really love the enthusiasm you have when you're evaluating your target speaker's speech. You're very observant about how your speaker starts and catches attention, and what is the kind of story telling exercise that the speaker is doing. So great job done there. One thing that maybe you can look out as that it's hand gestures, that's how it is said. And when it comes to the speaker, maybe you could also, pick out a few highlighting things that she told. Say, for example, the time flies, but we can all be the pilots for it. So wonderful job there. Coming to our president, TM Radha, the presidential address, I think she took over the Sergeant at Arms very warmly, invited guests to share their expectations. She briefed about what is Toastmasters as a platform for self-paced development towards more important skills. She explained about the theme, and I think what I really liked was that you looked at the theme from your personal examples, that is from your family. Take the first team that we all are a part of. So very nicely, kick-starting the theme and kick-starting the this whole program. Wonderfully done. Overall, I would say that the first thing I would really like to congratulate the XCOM for instating the Best Auxiliary Role Player Award in each meeting for the roles which are now considered as auxiliary roles, the Sergeant at Arms, Arc Counter, Timer, and Grammarian. That's a very, very noteworthy step. I would just like to suggest one more thing, that every time during the, when we get the agenda, we have the Zoom meeting ID and password. Probably we can use it, we can put in the group description itself on the WhatsApp, we can just put the ID as well as your password so that nobody has to do much of searching. Overall, I had a great time listening to the speeches, hearing the evaluations, and participating through the meeting. Let us now applaud for all the role players and evaluators for the fantastic synergy displayed by them. That was my report. Back to Toastmaster of the Day for concluding remarks. Thank you.
So thank you, Toastmaster Manisha, for a great evaluation session and feedback. Now we will vote for the best role player of the day. So Toastmaster Santosh, are we ready with our poll?
Yes.
I think Sergeant at Arms will be Toastmaster Divyesh, just for everyone's notice. And
I think there's something wrong.
there's something wrong here,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Santosh, because
Something,
it's
yeah.
best role player.
And yeah. Second. You just best auxiliary role play just poll. I've just please this vote, and then I will launch another one.
Okay, sure. Shubham, maybe you can continue with your closure remarks while.
So, as we see different frameworks about the teams, so with the help of that, we can enhance our efficiency of our team. Like we do some feedback sessions with our team that will really help. What are the steps we have to take to increase our efficiency and know what's happening in our team? So we have to go for feedback sessions if we are a team lead and a coaches and anyone. So these are some frameworks that we really go through in our team, in our workplace, in any kind of team where we are working. So this all from my side in the theme. Now let's move to the moment of glory for some of us. Let's invite presiding officer. Now it's Toastmaster Santosh, and give away the awards. Make announcement if any, or we can go for moments of glory.
Shubham, can you take this session 1 minute more? I am preparing the reports and certificate. Give me the one more minute. Yeah.
I think Shubham, maybe you can do the honors and ask guest feedback in the meanwhile.
Yes.
So we have guest Kishori and Yash. So can you please give us feedback about how you go through with the meeting and are you connected with the topic? I think Yash is active here. Yes, how's your experience here?
It was pretty good. I've been to Toastmasters before, so this was also like I enjoyed it, and it was very so like Toastmasters is, we guys are all like, you are critical, and you help in growing each other. Yeah, so I think it was very similar. I could get that vibe, I could get that synergy. Like your team synergy was amazing, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Guest Kishori.
Yeah, actually, when the session started, I was not aware what is going on here. Then you all introduced, and then throughout the whole session, when I listened to everyone, then I came out means in one session you all were able to means you were all able to communicate what Toastmaster is, what you all are doing here, and what I will, if I join Toastmaster, what I will be doing, and how I will be improving myself. So yeah, I like that session. Yeah.
So for more information about our club and about Toastmasters, so you can contact our VP membership, Toastmaster Vibha. He will assist you about all the process to join the Toastmasters and our Toastmaster program. Over to you, Toastmaster.
I request to board. I'm going to launch the poll for best role player. So please vote the best role player. Thank you. I received the all details. Now time to present some moment of glory. As our general evaluator said that it's a really wonderful meeting, and even we all enjoy this meeting in spite of this pandemic situation where we are struggling to find out some good movement. So Toastmaster is not also excluded from that pandemic, but still this is our enthusiasm of learning, is still our enthusiasm to helping to each other so that we can grow and come out from this difficult situation. So best prepared speech, Toastmaster Manu. So please big round of applause, Toastmaster Manu. So today we do not have any evaluators. So best evaluator both. So we do not count for this meeting. And best role player on this meeting, Toastmaster Manisha. I request to take a picture, Toastmaster Manisha, with this certificate. Parijat, can you do honor for us?
I've taken the picture.
Yeah. Congratulations, Toastmaster Manisha. And this is a new award, Best Auxiliary Role Player, Toastmaster Avinash.
Thank you.
Please big round of applause, Toastmaster Avinash.
Thank you. Just yes, H. Yeah.
I will correct the speech.
Yeah.
Spelling, yeah, I know. Just a second.
Already done.
I think one piece is missing. Sorry, one award is best table topic. Just a second.
Best speaker is also best speaker is done. Yeah.
Then only there's some problem in my system. That's why. But just I want to announce the result of best table topic is Toastmaster guest. Yes. So big round of applause. And meanwhile, I'm preparing my system. So any feedback you would like to share to any guest with us? Or if you want, as Shubham said, that if you want to know more about the Toastmaster, especially Bane Toastmaster, we have BP membership, Toastmaster Viva. And you can contact her for membership and other activities. So with this, I conclude this meeting or adjourn this meeting and open for
Group
yeah,
photo.
please group. Yeah, I'm sorry again. Let's participate the group photo.
I request everyone to switch on the videos. Kishori, if you can. Yeah, Manu. Yeah, thank you.
So with this, we adjourn the meeting and open with for the fellowship.
Good.
Just a second. And
I think one thing